Anime is going through the same transition that video games went through in the early 2000s, where you could just be a normal person and just play video games. And anime is currently right now in that era to where almost everybody that you know watches anime, and it's become the culture. And to me, anime has given me some of the most exciting moments in all of entertainment, and probably some of the best looking entertainment on the planet right now. But it comes at a price. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and watch another video if you can. It tells the algorithm that you want more people to watch the video. And remember, subscribing is completely free, so do that. So recently, Mappa, the animation studio who does some of the best anime on the planet right now, and in fact, if you take a moment to think of your favorite anime, yeah, that's more than likely Mappa, for having some of the worst working conditions that somebody can think of. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh gosh, all the animation studios have some of the worst working conditions. Well, yeah, no doubt that all animation studios in Japan have atrocious working conditions. But think of that working conditions, but back to back to back to back. Studio Mappa was working on Jujutsu Kaisen, the last 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, and Hell's Paradise. So not only did they have all those projects going on, but they had a failed project called Chainsaw Man, which was supposed to be really big and they put a lot of money into, but unfortunately not a lot of people were receptive to it or watched it or bought Blu-ray sales. That put them in a monetary hole that they have to dig themselves out of. So because of that, they took almost every project that you can think of and put their workers in some of the worst working conditions that you can think of. In fact, one of the animators came out and said that if you like the recent animations from Jujutsu Kaisen, which had one of the best fight scenes that I've ever seen, that was only 40% of the quality that they could give, given the deadlines that they were given and the poor working conditions that they were under. Some anime producers saying, although it is unpleasant to be praised in the name of the company, I have to be grateful for the hard work and dedication of the company's production and filming staff. They are contributing immensely to the work despite the unavoidable circumstances. With a lot of animators breaking their NDA contracts, going on Twitter and stating how bad the working conditions are. It would have been tiring if I had time for one more season, but I guess I wasn't able to keep trying my best. I think if you were trying to work with the period set by the company and use normal working hours, you would end up with something truly terrible. It's not a good idea to produce works that are public demands quality on an unreasonable schedule, because some people are caught between the two and have to cut back on themselves. If the producer's schedule of the series is obviously unreasonable, I have a suspicion that there will be some pranks that will actually extend to the series by season 1. And this was back in September that he said that. There's a couple of people to blame for this. Of course, Studio Mappa is one of the people that you should blame automatically, but there is also some others that we'll get into. Mappa needs to understand that we don't live in the 90s anymore, and prices of things have gone up significantly. With a lot of the animators saying that they can barely afford rent, let alone working at the horrible working conditions that they're at, and be able to eat at the same time, is kind of insane. Considering that anime is probably one of the most fascinating entertainment industries right now, the fact that you don't have money to pay your animators, it is disgraceful. And the second people to blame is Netflix. Netflix and other streaming services have been taking advantage of animation studios for the longest time now. And while payment was bad before, Netflix has made it even worse. Apparently, a producer working on Netflix anime made a Mappa suggesting paying 3,800 yen, which is $34 per cut. The budget for a TV series is between 3,000 to 7,000 yen. So if you accept that offer, the unit price for animators would go down. No, if they ask the rate from you, I think it's the biggest negotiation to ask for 1,500 yen, which is 134 or more. Keep in mind that each cut consists of 500 drawings, which is an insanely low amount. So as I stated before, if you thought that the payment was bad before, Netflix has made it exponentially worse. And the third people to blame is us, the audience, who have known for the longest time that animation studios have had some horrible working conditions, but we demand the entertainment that we want and have yet to back up any of the animators animators by calling out Netflix, by calling out Mappa, and by calling out the other streaming services that take advantage of the working conditions in Japan. And to the people who animate these shows, keep in mind that these working conditions don't have to be like this. If you want better, refuse to work for the shitty working conditions that you're at. The mindset that you have to work hard like a dog and like almost having slave labor, which it is slave labor after reading these payments, is insanity. Refuse to do so, and the people that will support you will support you. And for the fans that are watching this, if animation studios have workers going on strike, support them 100%. While I love the entertainment that anime brings to us, and I love everything that they've given to us, we can wait a little longer and have less stressful conditions for the animators that can live, that can pay for their stuff, and that can have good working conditions. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And also remember to watch another video. I know I usually only cover gaming stuff, but I wanted to cover something a little bit more nerdy. I mean, I am called Undercooked Nerd, so like I want to touch on all the nerdy topics. And yeah, remember, you are pretty good. Watch another video.